What's up everyone? Last night we saw the second eviction of Celebrity Big Brother 3 and... what's that? Oh, I'm hearing we've got another goodbye message that wasn't played to Mirai and it's from me. Cue the tape. Mirai, it's so sad to see you go from the Big Brother house. You were a true competitor and it was a privilege getting to know you. But I guess this is what happens when the HOH is a coward and doesn't have the balls to put up Todrick. Hopefully we'll be saying bye to the NSYNC band member soon. Wow, well, thank you, Tom, for that goodbye message. But I guess the only thing we've got to say is a new HOH is being crowned, and we've got so much to talk about. So welcome to your live feed update. Alright, folks, now right before we get started, if you are new around here, I'd ask if you could please hit the subscribe button, and also while you're at it, hit the like button and hit the bell icon. It literally takes 2 seconds to do so, and I would appreciate it very much. I would almost appreciate it as much as Todrick getting blindsided last night, but that didn't happen, did we? So we've got to move with the times. Question of the day now, folks. Which house guest do you think is playing the best game right now? I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts, whether you tell me who you think is playing the best game or why you think they're playing the best game. I love to see everybody's opinions, and I like to see how adept people's views are at the game. I like to see base value comments where people just go, I think it's this person because they're doing this. And I love in-depth comments that just, they make me so happy. That's why we watch Big Brother, because we like all the strategy and the analytical side of things. So let me know, folks, in the comment section. Who do you think is playing the best game? And if you want to, let me know why. Alright folks, let's jump right into it, and basically what we need to know is who is the brand new head of household. And the answer to that question may give a little bit of deja vu to some of you. We have Misha Tate as the head of household for round 3. I'm not even going to say week 3 because it's rounds in this one, and that means we've had 3 head of household reigns so far, yet only 2 head of households, because this is already Misha's second win. I mean, it's crazy to me that Misha or Todrick wasn't sent out the door last night. That isn't me being biased saying I want them out. I just feel like it's the right gameplay. I kind of did want them out on a personal level. I always split my personal level and my game level. And for me last night, both personal and game meshed together, and it made logical sense for the game move to get rid of Misha and Todrick, or one of, because we saw how well Todrick performed in the veto competition, and hell, Misha's just gone on one HOH for the second time, so if that isn't a wake-up call, then honestly, you deserve to lose if you're going to play Big Brother that bad. Looking at Chris in sync right now, because that was just a weak move. And Shayna, I mean, come on, they were talking yesterday about, you know, how we're thinking of making the big move and backdooring Todrick, and then the last second, or it seems to be the last second, they backed out, and they didn't seem to have the courage to do it, and I don't find that admirable at all in a Big Brother player. Good on Todrick, really, for being able to stick around. I respect him for that, because I know, and listen, I don't want anybody for a second thinking I'm shading Todrick or anything like that. I think he's a strong player, which is why he needs to go, and that's why Chris in sync is that was a dumb move, and because he had the control of telling Shayna, take him off the block, we'll send Todrick out the door. We saw even Shayna talk about yesterday. She called Misha an asshole. She doesn't care. It makes no logical sense why they didn't do it, and it makes you wonder. That's all. But anyway, it was sad to see Mirai go, but there you go, folks. Misha is once again the head of household, but of course, it's time to talk about who she is planning on nominating. Now, as of right now, folks, we're looking at Cynthia and Carson being the nominations. Misha, I think, is believing, and I think Todrick has kind of fueled this a lot as well. Both of them seem to be incredibly obsessed with Target and Carson Kressley. I think he's this huge threat. Carson, quite a lot of the time, is minding his own business, just sitting in the bedroom with Cynthia. I do think it's a fair move for them, looking from their points. I think they could make a bigger move, but I do guess Carson would put them up if he was to win head of household. So I guess it's eliminating a threat to them. But I feel like there's definitely bigger threats in the house that you could take out before you take out Carson Kressley. I don't know, because I feel like there's quite a few people who probably put Misha and Todrick up. It's an interesting one. It really is. I saw It's Me Brie Lee. She's got a fantastic podcast. Go subscribe. By that, I'll give a quick shout out to Oh Brother Podcast. Go subscribe. She tweeted out, you know, if they think that, you know, Chris Kirkpatrick, who's been plotting, you know, for the last couple of days, potentially getting Todrick out, if they think, if Chris thinks that's not going to get back to them, that's just, it's crazy. I mean, it's true. It's true. She's right. I think the news will get back to Misha at some point, and Misha seems maybe like a little bit of a hothead. I'm not sure. I mean, she seems like that kind of vibe. I don't know. Not as much as Lolo Jones, but I feel like that kind of vibe. And if she finds out that Chris in Sync was going after, like, you know, them two, she might flip the script and she might end up trying to get Chris Kirkpatrick out this week. And rightfully so, honestly. I've got no sympathy for the guy after he, he cowardly backed out of what he was going to do last night. And I just think I've got... If you go out the door this week, mate, bye, bye, bye. In the words of your own song, bye, bye, bye. At one point in the evening, Todd was talking about a media blitz that once occurred where the press basically reported on the fact that he had died in a car crash. Obviously, that didn't happen, as we know, because Todd's in the house right now. And Todrick replied to him saying, "Did you really enjoy all the attention?" That was the thing he asked him. I'm actually lost for words. You all know when I'm lost for words, something serious. No, I just can't believe that. I mean, if someone was to confide in me and tell me something like that, or just even bring that up in a conversation, there is no way the first thing that would come to my mind is asking somebody about the attention of the situation. Ask them, how did it make you feel? How was it? Was your family okay? You'd ask those kind of things. Not did you enjoy the attention? I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, for me, I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that just shows what kind of person Todrick is and what kind of things he values. And I don't like that. And it's not me trying to trash Todrick or anything like that, but that's what it comes across like. That's just my observation. That's what I see it as. And Todd did actually reply after that and said, he was like, no, hell no, it was horrible because, his wife and his kids all thought he was dead. That's what matters. Not the attention, Todrick. That just annoyed me, if I'm being totally honest. It doesn't sit well with me. I'd love to actually hear everybody else's thoughts on that. I mean, am I the only one in thinking that? Or am I being ridiculous in thinking that? Because to me, the way that he asked that question makes me believe that that's what his values are in those kind of situations. Now, it seems like last night has basically done a number on at least half the house, and I think it's done a number on at least half of the viewers as well, potentially even 3/4, or even 99.9% of the viewers, because it just seems everybody's tired. Let's talk about the house guest for a second. So, we saw at one point Lamar basically saying that he's tired and, it's too much stress for him. Todd said that, the game's just not for him. I think Carson said he was done with talking games. Cynthia is sick of making the effort with the other girls in the house, particularly Misha. And then I believe we heard Catan. Obviously, we know Catan wants to go anywhere, which is a real shame. I just want to take a moment to say I hope he gets well soon. I hope he feels better, because it's a tough one. And then Chris in Sync has basically said, that he wants to get picked off, basically. I think he's just a bit sick. I mean, it just shows you how much effort it must be to be in the Big Brother house. I mean, we can sit there all we want and critique people's gameplay, and that's what I do on this channel, and talk about it. But I'm always aware, and I always acknowledge how difficult it must be to be in the house. That's why I don't like to cross that line of the things that people say. I don't like to. I hate cancel culture. Cancel, and everyone stop following them, and I don't agree with that. I feel like if somebody says something, give them a chance, let them learn from their behaviour. Yes, we can talk about it and give our opinion on what we think of it, but don't just shut them down. I feel like, let them grow. But anyway, I mean, for me, I feel like I need to say it must be incredibly difficult to be in that house. Imagine the pressures of playing a game 24/7. When you play a game at home, whether it's Monopoly or Shoots and Ladders or anything like that, it could be any game of cards or whatever. You play for what, 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that, and then it's done. And it's for fun. This game, you are the player. It's not a little counter on the board. You're trying to get each other out 24/7. You're thinking people are trying to get you out. You're thinking, what can I do to make this move? And it's for 3 weeks, not just 2 hours or 1 hour. That's how incredibly difficult it must be in there. So I do feel sorry for some of the people who are struggling in there. But I guess it's the age-old phrase of don't give up. Now shifting to the outside of the house, now it's still technically part of the game because it's the jury. And, while we don't have a jury house, the world is the jury house this time around. Teddy Mellencamp took to her Instagram story to talk about Todrick for a moment. And he said, there's Todrick, she said, there's Todrick, holding Mirai's hand saying, I'm there for you, I've got you back and all that kind of stuff. And she's going, It's vaguely similar to what he did to me, and I totally agree. I feel like Teddy is totally trying to turn the jury already against Todrick, and I know some people say it's unfair, but that is jury management, folks. Just because people have gone outside to the outside world and they haven't gone to a jury house, it doesn't mean that you can't focus on your jury management. Todrick's jury management has been horrific so far, potentially the worst out of everybody in the houses, because he sucks up to everybody. And People like that in real life always have their comeuppance, or 9 times out of 10 get their comeuppance. If you suck up to people, it will be exposed eventually, and people talk, and people don't respect somebody who sucks up. He sucked up to Teddy, he sucked up to Mirai, he sucks up to Misha like it's himself. Oh, God, it's going to backfire. We can complain about it all we want, but listen, if you're going to get to the end and everybody's going to feel like you've sucked up to them and then sent them out the door, then you're not going to get the check for the money. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching, and I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed the news. I mean, I think not many of you will be happy with the head of household, but hey, this is Big Brother. Expect the unexpected. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the new HOH being Misha? Who would you like to see Misha target? And who's your favourite house guest? Who's your least favourite house guest? All of that good stuff, let me know in the comment section below. I do apologise, folks, that it wasn't a massively long video today because there wasn't that much strategy talk. You know, with you know, the feeds coming back quite late, and then all the house guests, as we talked about just earlier, being extremely tired and extremely kind of just a bit done with the game tonight, or last night, sorry. You know, there isn't that much going on. I'm sure things are going to heat up today because obviously we're in the faster process of nominations straight away. I'm sure nominations will probably be today or even tomorrow. I would say today, that's my guess. But it's a quick process, so we're going to see things speed up. But anyway, folks, as I say, quick live feed update today because there wasn't an awful lot to talk about, but still key moments that we always need to know, because then we piece the puzzle pieces together as the week goes on, and then we can kind of find that bigger picture for when the eviction does come around. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single last one of you. I'll take a moment as well while I remember to say thank you for 2 million views. 2 million, that's crazy. I can't believe that. That is nuts. The channel has hit 2 million views. 2 million. Again, another moment in this video where I'm lost for words. Thank you so much to every single last one of you. I love doing this with all my heart. It's just so close to me, and I'm so passionate about it, and I'm passionate about you guys as well. I know it's one of those things that all these creators say, and everyone goes, "Oh, I love you all so much," but I mean it. I truly do. And if that doesn't come across in each of my videos, I'm doing something wrong, folks, because this is something I'm extremely passionate about, and I just appreciate every single last one of you. You make me so happy at the fact I can do this, and I'm indebted to each and every one of you folks. But thank you so much for 2 million views. That's crazy. And you know, while I was talking there about how there wasn't that much strategy talk to discuss, I think I've discussed. I've done a roundup at the end. That's been quite longer, so that should round up some minutes on the end of this video, folks. But thank you so much for watching, folks. I hope you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. That's a super important one. Be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that good stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.